Sunday morning. Well, what is going on with Legionnaires disease? What is going on with cyclosporine? With us today is Dr. Mason Pimsler. He's been working in the Bronx and with health and hospitals, and he's going to fill us in. Well, Doctor, give us an update of what's going on with it. People are starting to get concerned.
Yes, good morning, John, on this Sunday. Well, let me just put this out there. First of all, Legionnaires is out there. It's really all around us. It really affects mostly, people don't have to be really scared of this because it affects the minority of people. It affects more the immunocompromised people. It affects people 65 and older that have comorbidities. It affects people with HIV, as I said, immunocompromised. So the general public, even if you come in contact with it, really will not get that sick. And Legionnaires comes from 1976. There was an outbreak of severe pneumonia, because that's what Legionnaires is. It's pneumonia. It's a bacteria. It's a bacteria that causes pneumonia. And how they get the name, the CDC, a doctor came up and discovered it because all these people, these veterans got together in Philadelphia, and they got this pneumonia from this mist. And that's what's happening in New York City. In New York City, people are getting these Legionnaires because on these buildings, we have these old water, I'd say, towers. They're like exhaust pipes of your car to put it in that. Everyone that has a car knows what the exhaust pipes are and what comes out of it. So on the tall buildings in Manhattan, we have these pipes that throw off these hot air that turns into mist, and it's like a water. And anyone that contacts it, you can't get it from person to person. So I want people to know that if they're around, as opposed to COVID, which is a virus, not a bacteria, COVID, you can't get it person to person. It comes from a mist. So you have to be in contact with that mist. And also, it comes from two ways. That you have internal plumbing in your apartments, and say you take a shower. That mist can cause it too. But it's going to cause it more in an immunocompromised person rather than a healthy person. Even, I'd say, a geriatric person that is healthy should probably not get it as well. So I don't think this is something like what they said with the aliens are coming, where we all have to run out and get very scared about this.
So you don't put, 4 people have died so far, 4 or 5.
They have.
I guess they were in bad health to begin with.
Yes, or they didn't get the treatment that they needed. It's treated just like you would treat a community-acquired pneumonia with antibiotics. So everyone knows what an antibiotic is that's listening. You would treat it the same way, and it would be highly treatable. The last case in New York City, and I'm going to focus this on New York City right now, the last case in New York City was July 15th. As of today, no emergency room is reporting any cases since July 15th, and not just any new case, but anyone presenting themselves with symptoms that were already infected. But you are 100% correct. People have died from it, like you just said, 4. But overall, it has been under control. And what they do is they're cleaning these towers with something called biocide, biocide, a chemical compound that sterilizes these water towers. And I got this from a source at the City of Health today. And they say it's this William Fowler, who is the press secretary, says it's very much under control now. And I have the zip codes where in New York City, if you're living in them, where it's mainly affecting the plumbing system, or where the last case of July 15th, and that's 10028, 10128, and 10075. But you can continue to drink tap water. You can bathe, you can shower, cook, use air conditioner, but you got to be cautious.
Now, this cyclosporine, where does that come from?
So there was a New York, just to focus on New York with cyclosporine, we're not considered one of the 27 states that the Taylor lettuce. That's originally it was stated that the Taylor lettuce, and you would know this more than I would, the manufacturing that does the lettuce. That's where the cases were coming from. In New York, it was coming from more fruits, raspberry, produce, and now the FDA, and you picked that up right away, John, and thank you for that, is that the FDA has identified another source, which I can't find yet, and I'm going to try to track that down when we end this interview, what that could be. But I will say, like, stores like yours have been, because of the hygiene, the hygiene that you practice in your stores, that's a big thing with the produce. So that's why, like, some of these bodegas, you got to be very cautious on buying produce out there, people that are listening here. You got not to sell your stores, but go to D'Agostino, go to Gristini's, go to a major supermarket. Don't go to the bodegas, please, because these produce can be infected with this. And this is a very annoying disease. It's really explosive diarrhea. Your intestines become paralytic. It's not fun at all. It's not fun.
Well, Doctor, thank you for the update on the cyclosporine and on the Legionnaires' disease, and let's talk more often.
Absolutely. You were a pleasure, John. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.